So welcome everyone to day 4 of the session 2 guest speaker spot. We have two very special guests with us today. We have Gabriel from Brazil. Say hello, Gabriel. You can go ahead and unmute yourself, say hello.
Hello.
All right, and we also have Ayad from Palestine. Ayad, say hello.
Hello.
All right, are any of our other international scouts, we're shooting for a couple. Did anyone else come on that I missed? Last second changes, I don't see anyone else here. So we have Ayad and Gabriel from, well, Ayad is from Palestine and Gabriel's from Brazil. And just to confirm, they are actually there. They're not in the United States right now talking to us. Ayad, what time is it right now in Palestine?
It's 10 p.m.
10 p.m. All right. That's a lot of people's bedtimes. Okay. Gabriel, what time is it in Brazil for you right now?
4 p.m.
5 p.m. 4 p.m. Okay.
4 p.m.
All right. Well, welcome. I guess what I'm going to do first is I'm going to let each of you guys talk about your countries and scouting in your countries, and then we're going to take questions from the group. And remember, everyone, you're on mute, but you can message me in the chat, and I will be the moderator for this. And I did also want to point out we do have a third international scout here. That's James in the screen, who's from Canada, who was here last week too. Hello, welcome. So we do have our Canadian Cub Scout with us too. So with that, I'm going to let Gabriel, would you like to go first?
Just 1 minute. Okay.
Yep.
My name is Gabriel. I'm from Brazil, in Rio de Janeiro. I'm Boy Scout since 1997. Now I'm leading the Cub Scout. Here we say Wolves. I think this, and I was in Tri Mountain in 2014.
All right, thank you. Ayad?
Hello. My name is Ayad Handal from Palestine. I have been scout from like 20 years ago. It's a long time. I have been in Tri-Mount camp in 2017 for 3 years. I play on drum. In my scout, we have a music instrument. So each one of them play on the instrument, so I play drum. And our scout, like we have 350 member in the group. And yeah, we are from Palestine, from Bethlehem. We have many scout movement and groups here in Palestine. It's very popular.
All right, that's great. Thank you so much for being here. So both Gabriel and Ayad, they were international scouts. They worked at Camp Tri-Mount in the last couple of years, and that's actually the camp that I grew up in too. Now I work for the Hudson Council with Camp Polo and the teaming, but it's so good to have you guys here. I know that there are many Camp Tri-Mount alumni with us today, the first question I have for you: what did you guys do at Tri-Mount when you were working there? What area did you work? Gabriel?
Oh, I'm working. I don't remember the name, and if climbing.
Cope.
Cope. Exactly.
That's awesome. So you were you worked on the climbing wall and the high ropes course and all that?
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. Iyad?
Actually, I worked in 3 places. The first week, I have been in the Coop. I get hurted in my hand, so they changed me to the handicraft. After that, I broke my hand, so they changed me to the swimming pool with Johnny. He was the director. So yeah, 3 places.
How did you break your
Oh
hand?
no, it's 4. It's 4. The athletics also.
Oh, okay.
I have been with the athletics. Yeah.
How did you break your hand?
My hand, I broke it on the trampoline. I was like climbing on the trampoline, and I just slipped on my hand, so I broke it from here.
Oh man.
And the first injury I got it from my hand here. I was playing basketball, and my hand got hurted. So yeah, it's a bad luck.
All right. So I have a question here from the chat, starting with Gabriel. How many languages do you speak?
Oh, Portuguese is my language, and I try to learn more about the English.
So two, Portuguese and English.
Yes,
Right?
but I have my grandmother from Germany. I know a little bit German.
Oh, cool. Ayad, how many languages do you speak?
I speak two languages: Arabic, first language, English, and I know some Spanish and Italian.
Oh, very cool. Ooh, I have a good question here. So when you go camping in your countries, what kind of animals do you have to worry about? Gabriel, you want to go first?
Thank you here. Oh, here in my city we have a big tiger. It's a native kind of tiger here. So when you go with a Cub Scout, we have to pay attention more because you know I have some problem with this. I think it's a big problem here. But
Wow.
we just saw 2 times and we took a picture. It's a beautiful animal.
Wow. Ayad, what kind of animals do you have to worry about?
Maybe the snake. We usually camp in the summer. In the summer, the snakes go out, so we should keep safe from the snakes because we have some dangerous one. So we put some material around the camp and around the tent to not allow the snake go in.
Okay. All right. I don't like snakes. I don't like the snakes. No. Nope.
Yeah, me either.
All right. So I got a question. It was directed towards Gabriel, but I think I'm going to ask both of you because I know that this is Ayad's favorite sport. Do you guys play soccer or football?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite team?
Barcelona.
Gabriel, what's your favorite team?
Flamengo.
Okay. And Ayad, you said Barcelona?
Yeah.
All right. Great. You guys can keep typing your questions in the chat. I have another question here. How has the coronavirus affected your countries? Gabriel, would you like to go first?
Oh, I think we have the same problem of USA with a lot of people with coronavirus. 72 thousands of deaths is a big problem. We have poor areas where the coronavirus is worse than another part of the country. So here is very complicated because we don't have politics and other things to treat this. So I don't think we have solved this problem before more solutions, international solutions.
Are you on a lockdown where you are?
We had for 3 months, but didn't work well here.
Okay.
The people didn't respect the lockdown and these things. The people doesn't use the mask, these things. It's very complicated here.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Gabriel. How about you, Ayad? How's it going in Palestine with coronavirus?
Yeah, we don't have a huge number with the affected people who get the coronavirus, but the government here locked down the city several times, and we don't have a good economy in Palestine. So the economy and the business, many people are locked down. Bethlehem demands on the tourism. We don't have any tourism. This is a big hit for Bethlehem. For a year, we don't expect any tourism. So this is how affected.
I'm sorry to hear that. All right, so we have a question gearing back towards scouting. What is the highest rank for scouting in your countries? Ayad, would you like to go first?
It's the wooden badge.
The wooden badge?
Yeah.
Okay. Gabriel, what's your highest
rank?
rank?
I didn't hear the answer.
Oh, what is the highest rank in scouting in Brazil?
Rank is?
Like Eagle Scout for
Eagle
America.
Scout. Oh, depends of the section. For Cub Scout is Cross Southern. For Scouts is Gold Leaves, and for Senior or Guides is Homeland Scout. It's something like this. We have one for part of the group.
Okay.
You do have just Eagle Scout, or
yeah,
do you have one for Cub Scout? No.
We do. The highest rank in Cub Scouting is called the Arrow of Light.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So we have Cub Scouting and Boy Scouting as well. All right. I have another question here. Ayad, I'll let you answer it first. What has been your favorite part of scouting and why?
The favorite, sorry, what is the favorite?
What's your favorite part of scouting?
The camping and hiking. I love
right.
camping and hiking.
Okay, Gabriel, favorite part of scouting?
Camping and climbing. We have a high mountain here. Good to climbing.
Where in Brazil are you, Gabriel?
Where? Huh? Repeat, please.
Where in Brazil are you located?
Where in Brazil?
Yeah, where in Brazil?
Oh, Rio de Janeiro have Três Picos. It's a national reservation, and we have a high mountain to climb here. It's in Rio de Janeiro.
A question here for Ayad. Are there any mountains in Palestine?
Yeah, we have. We have in Nablus a mountain called Jerzim. It's related with the Jewish history, and we have Jewish people living there. And we have the Makhrur Beit Jala Mountains. We called it Makhrur. It's full of waterfalls. Nowadays, we don't have waterfalls, but before it called Makhrur because it have waterfalls inside it. But the water get dry with the years.
I got a question here. Where in Palestine are you?
I'm from Bethlehem.
Okay. All right. Gabriel, is there any advice that you can give the scouts here on how to on what best advice can you give them for going on their first camp out?
Just one.
Yep.
Advice for the first camp.
Yep.
Oh, I think try to practice before to go to camp. how to use the equipment, these things. I remember when I was in Trymount, a boy was didn't pay attention how to use a knife, and during the camp he cut here from here, her hand. So we have to study more and learn more how to use all the equipment you need in the camp, in paying attention.
All right. How about you, Ayad? Any advice you can give our scouts on how to go camping?
I like the part of the survival camping in Trymount. So I advise them to go camp with a leader, of course, but in different places they don't know where they are going to camp. It's like to lost in some places and to find a better place to sleep and just put their tent and sleep that day and continue to another day to find another place and to keep safe, of course.
All right. All right. Is there an age limit on in scouting in your countries? Gabriel, is there an age limit, like for the United States, 18, and for the youth program? What is it for you guys?
Brazil, 21.
21.
Yes, but between 18 and 20 years old is adult member, but we have a special program to these ages.
Okay. Ayad?
In our country, we have limits to be in the scout like for 27, but nobody go out from scouting, because whenever you become a scout, you will be always a scout. So we always go to help them in the activities, in the camps, in the shows. So we always go, so there's no limits. We have an old people in our group, and we have the young people. We start the first age, it's for the 6 years old and 7 years old. We start with them, and the official year it's 8 and 9. We start with this to have meetings and activities, and yeah, there's no limits.
Hey, Ayad, can you tell the group here a little bit about what your scouts do for Christmas in Bethlehem?
Yeah, my group is the first group responsible on the festivals that be in Bethlehem. We have a festival, we organize it with all the scout groups in Palestine. In 24 December, we have a huge festival. All the scout members go to Bethlehem and to have a show from the Manager Square. It's a place near the Nativity Church. We made festivals playing on our instruments. All the people come and watch us. A lot of tourists come and see this celebrating in Christmas. We keep celebrating for like 20 days. We first start with the lighting tree near the Nativity Church, and when we light the tree, we mark the season it's open for the Christmas celebrating, and we made like parties and something like that.
Wow, that's awesome. That's really great. I have a question here in the chat. How many scouts do you have in your countries? Gabriel, how many scouts?
Let me number 11,953 boys and girls scout.
Wow. Okay. Ayad, how many scouts do you have in Palestine?
How many members or how many groups?
Both.
both. I don't have an exact number, but for example, Bethlehem, we have 13 group. So each group contains like 300, 250 each one. So this is the situation in Bethlehem. You can imagine how in all Palestine we have a small country. It's not huge. All of us, we are 8 million people. So I don't have an exact number exactly, but I think we will be like 10,000 maybe.
Okay, that's great. So Gabriel, what was your favorite thing that you did when you were here in America?
I think it's not just one. I think first is to the people who I knew, the friends I did. I think is the first thing important in scouting. We discover new friends and brother and sister. And in Trimount, I learned about the organization of the activity. Is very different of us, and I like this too much. It's very interesting how we work, the activity, everything's very organized. It's a nice thing too.
That's great. Ayad?
In Trimount camp, okay, our camps do not stay like a very tall length. Like we have like a camp for 1 week only. So we do many camps, but each one 1 week. When I went to Trimount camp, it was a very long time. It's like 3 months camping or 2 months. So it's very long, and I like it. I like it. You feel like you have a lot of things to do and a lot of time. You feel with the routine every day, but it's keep changing while the people are changing. Each camp, each different camp, you meet different people. You learn different things. So it's never been as a routine as I imagined. So this was my favorite.
John had to step away for a moment, but if you guys have any more questions, you can send them over to me and I'll relay them to our 2 international scouts here. But here's one. When you guys visited the U.S. to work at Trimount, what was the most interesting thing you found about scouting in the U.S. that's different from scouting in your countries? What did you find that was different about scouting in America versus scouting in your country? So, Iyad, you want to answer first?
In Palestine, we have the merit badges, but we don't work on it as the Boy Scout of America and Trimount Camp. I like the merit badges. I like the you have a books. You have the kids study this material and have like an exams or something like that. So I like this thing, and I'm working to have it here in Palestine.
Gabriel, you want to answer?
I think you have a good structure to work with the youngest, and good equipment for scout practice. It's very, very interesting for us. And because in Brazil we have a bad plan for raising financiers to resource this scout here. So very interesting in this part of the camp.
So do you guys think you'll ever make it back to the United States?
Yeah.
Yes.
When are you going to come back?
Oh.
I guess we have to get through the pandemic first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know that we wish that you guys could come back as soon as possible. A couple more questions here. So in your younger scout program, do you have a highest rank or award for the youngest scouts? Like we have Arrow of Light. What is the highest one for you guys? Ayad?
We have, do you know Akela and Mowgli movie, the Mowgli movie? It's a cartoon movie. So in the age for the young scouters, we use the animals like Akela and all the animals.
In Brazil, it's the same. I am Balu.
Okay. Yeah, so we use these animals' names and we say it for the kids, and yeah, like this.
That's great. So the same thing for you, Gabriel?
Yes,
Brazil
is the same thing, and the leader of the Cub Scout receive a name of one animal. The Cub Scouts call me Balu. Is a bear.
All right, that's great. So another question here. Do you find it interesting that all the different countries in the world do scouting differently?
Scouting?
Yes, it's scouting all across the world. We all do it differently. What are your thoughts about that?
I don't know.
How about while you guys thinking about that? What are some unique traditions in your country for scouting that you can tell us about?
Okay, for me the question, or for Gabriel?
Let's start with you, Ayad. Unique traditions for scouting.
Okay, our unique tradition in our scout, we built our camp. So we start our camp before like 3 days or 4 days. We get all the material from wood, from the nuts and everything we need to build our camp. So we start building our camp on a land with no toilets or bathroom. We built everything. We built a gate for the camp. We built a room like a kitchen. We built everything from the zero, and we go camp, put the tents for the areas, and we start our camp. When we finish, we need to get all things down, put it in the trucks, and get it back to our place. So it's a hard thing and need a lot of time, but it's amazing to see something you built and you planned on the paper. After that, you build it and you see it. So it's amazing.
You do that every year?
Yeah, every year.
Wow.
Once in a year, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I can't imagine doing that for like Trimount every year. That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
Yeah, when I was in the Trimount camp, everything was ready. We just put the tents and the beds. We don't use the beds actually. We put like a sleeping bag. We don't sleep on the bed. So it was easy for me because I told them in our country we built everything. You have here a kitchen, a room, a big room, toilets, bathroom. We do everything once a year because we don't have a land for the scout movement that put everything for us to stay for all the groups who need to camp. We don't have like a special place to camp. We go find the land and build our camp and stay with it. And after when we finish, we get everything's down, we clean the land better than it was, and we go home.
Wow, that's great. That's great. How about you, Gabriel? What unique tradition do you have in scouting in Brazil?
Oh, unique. Every camp, the end of the camp, we always sing a song to remember all the people who passed from the group who was a Boy Scout with us. If you left the group or died, we always remember these people sing a song, a special song.
Wow, great.
But,
I have I'm sorry, go ahead.
This part, as I told you about the build all the things in the camp, we do here too. This is part of the scout program to learn how to build the tent, the kit, and the bathroom, everything. It's part of the program.
That's great. That's great. I have a question here. Have you guys taken wood badge training?
Wood badge?
Did you guys have wood badge?
Yeah.
Have you taken it?
Yeah.
Okay. What patrol are you in?
Sorry?
And do you have like wood badge patrols and stuff?
Protocol? You said protocol or something?
Patrol. Like in America, our wood badge training for adults, there's like the bear patrol, the buffalo patrol. Do you guys have patrols like that for that training?
No, actually, our wood badge, it's we go camp from all the places from Palestine, from all the cities. We go camp for like 2 weeks, and we learn a lot of things about the scout by leaders from the scout movement organization. And after that, we need to do a research for like 6 months. We do it like a project. What project you choose about any subject you need in the scout and how to develop the scout movement. After that, you submit your research. And they get it approval or not, depends on your research.
Okay. All right. So, Gabriel, do you have girls in scouting in Brazil?
Yes, we have a Girl Scout since 1980. We have for a long time having a girls in movement. But we have another association, was just for girls, but now they receive boys too. We have 2 associations here, but both with boys and girls.
Okay. Yeah, do you have girls in scouting in Palestine?
Yeah, actually, in Palestine, the scout movement started in 1910, and we have girl from an old time.
That's great. So one last question before we go. Is there any advice? So we have a lot of scouts here. Many of them are on their different paths toward the Eagle Scout Award. Is there any advice you can give these scouts on their trail to Eagle? Let's start with Gabriel. You want any advice for these guys?
I was working with your brother and sister because the scouting is to be part of something. And if you want to be an Eagle Scout, you will need help of other people and voice of your patrols and troops. So I was working together. Don't forget, you are not alone.
Oh, that's really great, Gabriel. Ayad, any advice?
Yeah. An Eagle Scout, it's not an easy thing, but you need to be strong as the merit badge, the Eagle Scout, and to be responsible. If you are not responsible, do not take this badge. You need to be responsible and to help the people to be scout. So this is my advice.
All right. Well, that was going to be our last question, but we had one more really good question in the chat box I have to ask. What are you guys doing right now in your countries for a profession? What are your guys' jobs? Gabriel?
I'm working historic archival, so I work with writing history books, these things about Brazil history.
That's awesome. Ayad?
Same here.
Oh, no.
You're studying Brazil?
No. I'm a historian. I studied history and archaeology in Palestine. And my work, I'm a researcher in a Center for Cultural Heritage Preservation.
Wow, that's great. That's really great. Well, Gabriel, Ayad, thank you so much for joining us. Let's everyone give a big round of applause to our international guests. Thank you so much. And as we close today, a few reminders for everyone. Tomorrow is our closing campfire. The Zoom link for that will be in tonight's email. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 8:45. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a good rest of the day.
Bye-bye.